Hello and welcome to the Texas Department of Transportation's virtual public meeting with in-person option for the U.S. Highway 190 Improvements Project from FM 2657 to Big Divide Road in Lampasas County, Texas. This presentation has been pre-recorded. Thank you for participating in this virtual public meeting. Public participation is important in the transportation planning process, and TxDOT appreciates your input on the proposed project. November 7, 2000 was the last deathless day on roadways in Texas. That means for nearly 23 years, at least one person has died every single day. We all have a part to play to change that. This message is that reminder to end the streak of deaths on Texas highways. We need drivers and passengers to act more responsibly and help us reach our goal of 0 deaths by 2050. Texans can play a major role in ending fatal crashes with a few simple driving habits. Wear seatbelts, drive the speed limit, put away the phone and other distractions, and never drive under the influence of alcohol or drugs. So please do your part and share this message with your friends and family. This virtual public meeting is being held in conjunction with an in-person public meeting option. Shown here is a map of the location of the in-person public meeting in relation to the project limits. The in-person option will be held on Thursday, June 15, 2023, from 5:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Taylor Creek Elementary School, 2096 Big Divide Road, Copperas Cove, Texas, 76522. The information presented in the virtual public meeting and the in-person option is identical, and both provide opportunities to provide written comments. The proposed project is anticipated to be programmed with both state and federal funds. Because of this, TxDOT is required to assess the potential environmental effects of the proposed project in accordance with federal standards. The process that is followed is called the National Environmental Policy Act process, otherwise known as NEPA. The NEPA process provides for analyses on the potential impacts to the natural and human environment and helps the decision maker to make an informed decision on a preferred alternative. On December 9, 2019, TxDOT received a signed Memorandum of Understanding from the Federal Highway Administration that permits TxDOT to assume responsibility from the Federal Highway Administration for reviewing and approving certain assigned NEPA projects. This review and approval process applies to this project. This virtual public meeting will include the following topics of discussion: the purpose of the public meeting, the project overview, the need for and purpose of the proposed improvements, a description of the existing roadway with a typical section, a description of the proposed project with a typical section, a description of the environmental studies being prepared and a record of current public outreach methods, a description of the right-of-way acquisition process, the anticipated next steps in project development, and how to provide comments. The purpose of this virtual public meeting is to encourage and maintain effective communication with the public and provide project-specific information as it relates to the U.S. Highway 190 Improvements Project at Big Divide Road in Lampasas County, Texas. Your input and comments are an important part of this process, and we encourage you to provide comments on this project. Your continued participation throughout the planning and development of this project is very important. You are encouraged to talk to your neighbors and refer them to TxDOT so that they can also make comments and be included in this process. This map shows a general vicinity of the proposed project. This proposed project is located in the city of Copperas Cove along U.S. Highway 190 from FM 2657 to 1.04 miles west of Big Divide Road in Lampasas County, Texas. The project is approximately 2.3 miles in length, and the estimated construction cost is approximately $78.5 million. The proposed project is needed due to increased traffic volume, including increased congestion due to the development of nearby residential neighborhoods. Limited sight distance has increased the crash risk and operational efficiency along this stretch of US 190. The purpose of the proposed project is to improve safety and operational efficiency for current and future traffic volumes. Shown here is an illustration of an existing typical section of US 190.
This typical section is a cross-section of the road how it looks today. The existing 4-lane divided facility includes two 12-foot lanes eastbound and westbound, and a 16-foot center-left turn lane, 10-foot outside shoulders, and open ditch drainage within an existing right-of-way of approximately 200 feet. There is a right turn only lane westbound at Big Divide Road and left turn and right turn bays eastbound at FM 2657. From FM 2657 southbound, there is a dedicated right turn lane onto US 190 westbound. There is a two-way access road north of US 190 and west of FM 2657 to allow adjacent property access to both facilities. Otherwise, access along US 190 within the project limits is non-controlled. Connecting street access is all at grade. The existing roadway does not have pedestrian accommodations. Shown here is a proposed typical section or a cross-section of what the road would look like with the proposed design modifications. The proposed facility would be a controlled access freeway with two 12-foot main lanes in each direction, eastbound and westbound, divided by a 24-foot median with a concrete traffic barrier with 10-foot inside and outside shoulders. Eastbound and westbound frontage roads would be constructed with two 12-foot lanes in each direction, 4-foot inside and 10-foot outside shoulders. The frontage roads would be separated from the main lanes by grassy medians. Eastbound off-ramps would be included at Big Divide Road and FM 2657. A westbound off-ramp would be included at Big Divide Road. An eastbound on-ramp and westbound on-ramp would be included at Great Hills Drive. New grade-separated concrete overpass bridges would be constructed at Big Divide Road and Great Hills Drive. The improvements would be constructed within a variable proposed right-of-way, typically 380 feet in width, and would require approximately 40 acres of new right-of-way. Drainage would remain in open ditches. Since the proposed project would utilize state and federal funds, it is required to adhere to the National Environmental Policy Act. NEPA requires analysis of potential impacts to the human and natural environment as a result of the proposed project. As part of the environmental process, technical analyses are being completed to document the potential environmental impacts of the proposed project. The resource categories under study include biological resources, including threatened and endangered species and their habitats, water resources, including waters of the U.S. and wetlands, cultural resources, including historic and archaeological resources, hazardous materials, traffic noise, community resources, and air quality. The results of these studies will be available once the analyses are completed. All environmental documentation will be developed in accordance with NEPA, TxDOT, and FHWA standards. Public outreach for this meeting consisted of mailed and/or emailed notices to elected officials on May 23, 2023. Notices were also mailed to community facilities and adjacent property owners as identified by the Central Appraisal District for Lampasas County on May 26, 2023. Additionally, approximately 2,400 postcards were mailed to nearby neighborhood residents and businesses in early June 2023. An online notice was also posted on TxDOT's website on May 26, 2023, and published in the following newspapers: the Copperas Cove Herald, the Killeen Daily Herald, the Copperas Cove Leader Press, and the Lampasas Dispatch Record. The proposed project would require approximately 40 acres of new right-of-way. Potential displacements include one residential property and two non-residential structures. Typically, once environmental clearance has been obtained and the project has been fully authorized, TxDOT would begin the right-of-way acquisition process. However, advanced acquisition may be possible for some properties. All right-of-way acquisition would be done in accordance with the Uniform Relocation Assistance and Real Property Acquisition Policies Act of 1970. Commonly referred to as the Uniform Act. Brochures, including 3 booklets titled The Purchase of Right-of-Way, Relocation Assistance, and The Landowner's Bill of Rights, are available for you on the public meeting website at www.TxDOT.gov, keyword search US 190 at Big Divide, or at the web address shown on your screen. These documents contain detailed information on the process and requirements for appraisal and negotiations, as well as detailed information to inform you of your rights as a property owner. In all cases, the property owner would be reimbursed for fair market value of their property and any reasonable incidental expenses necessarily incurred in transferring title of the acquired property to the state. Information about the benefits, services, and right-of-way acquisition schedule can be obtained by calling the TxDOT District Office at 325-643-0416. We want to review the current estimated project timeline. Please note that all dates are subject to change. The schematic development took place in spring 2023. After the comment period for this public meeting closes, the project team will review the comments received, make appropriate design changes if applicable, and prepare official public meeting documentation. Public meeting documentation will be posted to the project meeting webpage as soon as it is prepared. The next steps include receiving an environmental decision in fall 2024, and, provided environmental is approved, right-of-way acquisition would begin in spring 2025. The current anticipated construction date is unknown, but is contingent on right-of-way acquisition and utility relocation. Written comments from the public regarding the proposed project are requested and may be submitted directly online or by filling out a comment card available on the project website and sending to the TxDOT Brownwood District Office, attention Jody Kelly, 2495 Highway 183 North, Brownwood, Texas 76802. You can also return a comment card via email to jody.kelly@txdot.gov. Comments are welcome at any time. However, comments must be received on or before Monday, July 3, 2023, to be included in the public meeting official records. The meeting documentation and responses to comments received will be available online at www.txdot.gov, keyword search US 190 at Big Divide, once they have been prepared. If you have any general questions or concerns regarding the proposed project or virtual meeting with in-person option, please contact Jody Kelly, Planner, at jody.kelly@txdot.gov or at 325-643-0416. Thank you for your participation in the US Highway 190 Improvements Project virtual public meeting with in-person option. Please remember to submit your comments by Monday, July 3, 2023.